Welcome to round 5 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of January 16th. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
Today, we're taking a break from talking and complaining and obsessing, and instead shouting out things other people are doing that we think you'll find as useful or as enjoyable as we do. We'll call this our Roundabout Roundup. And I guess in my continuing series of Terry's Catholic Minutes, I will mention a podcast I started listening to on January 1st with my daughter. It's the Catechism in a Year podcast with Father Mike Schmitz. And since my daughter was doing it with me and she likes this sort of thing, I got the Ascension Press copy of the Catechism, and we got tabs to put on it. We got a notebook. We got all the bells and whistles. I was interested to see that not only are we listening to this podcast, but a whole heck of a lot of other people are, because it is or has recently been the #1 podcast on Apple Podcasts. So a lot of people starting out their new year saying, what I resolved to do this year is learn more about the Catechism. That looks good. That looks fun. And also near the top is Father Mike Schmitz's Bible in a Year, which I did a couple of years ago. And so lots of opportunities if you want a little hit of faith in the morning, and with or without all the bells and whistles. There are these options, and you can say, not only am I learning more about my faith or learning more about the Bible, I am listening to the most popular podcast on Apple Podcasts. So there. So it's a lot of fun. He's an enthusiastic and fast talker, and my daughter understands almost none of it. But I play with her hair while we listen, so she's there. She's very happy.
How long is each episode?
Generally, they're 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes when he gets to the beginning of a new section, he has on a guest and they discuss things. And I converted to Catholicism in my 20s, so I never really had a big catechism experience. I had a very short RCIA experience, and then, that was that. So I have been interested in listening to this too, and it's honestly kind of a lot. But, it's a podcast. It's a not terribly lengthy podcast. You could listen to the episodes 2 or 3 times if you wanted. You can listen to it all 365 days and then go back and listen to it again. It's a good way to kind of dip your toe in. So, be faithful and be trendy. Catechism in a Year podcast with Father Mike Schmitz.
Faithful and trendy.
He'd love to see you every day. He's so happy to see us. Nicole, what do you have this week?
Well, here in California, we're experiencing the unimaginable. It's cold.
Yes.
Cold, and it's raining a lot.
I should actually clarify that. Here in Southern California,
Yeah.
it's cold and it's rainy. And if you happen to be like my family, and we harbor feral and stray and all kinds of different animals in our house and beyond, you might be interested in this little heating blanket that I found on Amazon for our outdoor cats. We have a few little feral cats that come by and we feed them. And actually, they're not called feral cats. They're not called community cats now. And it's been raining a lot, so they've taken to one of our outdoor pieces of furniture. And so we saw them, a couple of them there, several nights in a row, and I felt sorry for them. And so we put out some blankets, and then I still felt sorry for them because I felt like they weren't warm enough. And so then I found these little heater blankets that they're like the cord and everything is all wrapped in casing, so it's waterproof, and but they're under like a roof, so it's not going to get wet. Yeah. And then it doesn't heat too high, and it's just this like nice little perfect size for a little animal to lie on. So yeah, that's my.
Well, now that they're all cozy, they're going to ask you, couldn't you just like pipe in Netflix or something?
No, Netflix.
Animal Planet, maybe, get an outdoor TV. They could watch.
Next they're going to ask for the heater lamp and the
You got some
fire
snacks,
pit.
lady?
Oh, we're already doing that.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's a win-win situation because they keep all of my pests out of my yard.
There you go.
And then I feed them. So
You don't have a little heating blanket for the pests? Bugs get cold too, Nicole.
The lizards.
Sorry, I draw the line. No, we have a very reciprocal relationship. The community cats and I. They take care of the lizards and the snakes, and then I take care of them. So,
But now these are community cats, which means lots of people are taking care of them, right?
No,
okay.
not likely.
Because I would say, are you like kicking up the level of care that everybody's going to have to give? And then is the next person going to be giving them caviar in a bowl? And then you'll have to do something more. You'll have to build them a little house, and then the next person is going to maybe not.
No. I mean, the thought did cross our minds about buying them a little house or building something little for them, but but I don't know if they would use it. They've got a lot of space here.
They're committed to that outdoor life.
I think at some point these are your cats, Nicole.
Pardon me?
I think at some point they cease to be community cats and become your cats.
I think they are.
I feel like that line has been crossed, possibly.
Okay, I told you it's a reciprocal relationship. It works for me.
Well, that's lovely of you to do that. That is very nice.
They're cold and they're very cute.
Yes. Yes.
And I have not seen a lizard in my backyard for 2 years, so
the other
works for me.
The other thing that they showed relentlessly through the West Wing Marathon, in addition to the old people ads, was shivering dogs in the cold. You must join ASPCA right away, or these dogs will freeze to death.
Oh,
These dogs will
It's
die.
like, cameraman, throw a blanket over those dogs. No, it wasn't Sarah McLachlan. It was some other like heart-tugging music, and just dog after dog shivering in the cold because you have not yet sent in your payment.
Yeah.
And got your T-shirt.
That is so sad.
So yes, so now I am feeling particularly good about you warming up those poor creatures. Catherine, you have something similarly heart-tugging and lovely, right? You know, we've had faith and we've had service. And what is it that you are bringing us today?
It is also service. It is intellectual inquiry. And it is an article on Defector entitled An Oral History of the Time 6 Doctors Swallowed Lego Heads to See How Long They'd Take to Poo. This is hilarious. It is just this article on Defector, which will probably be behind a paywall by the time you get to it, but just give them your email address so that you can read it, because it is so funny. And it's just what it says on the tin. I mean, these 6 pediatricians, basically, like, there were a lot of emergency room doctors spread all over the world. And they were like, basically every other kid that comes in the ER, it's because they swallowed something. And most of the time, they can just tell the parents, like, it's fine, it will pass. Unless it is one of those tiny little batteries, and then it's extremely dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to get it out. Also, magnets can be very bad.
Right.
Because I know someone that happened to.
Yeah.
Their kid swallowed a magnet, and, like, it can really cause problems. But anyway, it's just this article that tells the story of these 6 doctors who, you know, how and why they decided to do this. And then they did. And the article is all about, like, how did they check their... And, like, there's one out of the 6, one of them never found his.
Oh, no.
And they believe it is because he wasn't checking carefully enough.
Ah.
And so they made him keep looking for 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
And they're like, well, that's what you get for not checking good enough, because it was probably in, like, the first one and you didn't.
And then did they force him to have exploratory surgery looking for it?
No, they were like, okay, after 2 weeks, we can be pretty confident that it's just he missed it. But they were like, yeah, this is what happens. We told you you had to look carefully, and you didn't. So now you have to pay the price. So,
It's what pediatricians
but also
do for
from
fun,
reading
huh?
this, I learned that there is the British Medical Journal, which is now just breezily called the BMJ, has a
BMJ,
Christmas.
unfortunate for this particular topic.
Yes, it has a Christmas edition where it publishes like real scientific studies, but on silly topics like this. And so their whole goal in doing this study was to get it into that journal.
Oh my.
They did not, but they eventually got it published elsewhere. And then the joke was on the BMJ because this other journal got all this viral attention
Right.
from having this study in it. So anyway, but apparently this is a big thing among like medical researchers. Like it's a big goal to get it to
Glad
that.
there's no actual health problems in the world, so there's plenty of time to do these kind of studies.
Right. But these doctors argue that, because this study made the headlines and, a lot of people talked about it, they were able to educate people about the dangers of button batteries and the not danger of most everything else. So,
Yeah.
including the Lego heads. They chose heads, by the way, because they're round.
Yes, and the little
They're
pigs
not-
and corners on the other pieces might do damage.
Exactly. So that's the reason.
Yep.
So there you go.
Kind of wimpy, though. If you're not
traumatized.
going to suffer for your art, what?
They did suffer because they had to look
Had
for
to pick
these
through their
things. Yes. Exactly. So anyway, there you go. Everyone should spend a few minutes enjoying this ridiculousness. It was funny.
Yes.
So that is it for another week of Parenting Roundabout. If you missed any of our earlier episodes this week, look them up on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts to hear what we had to say about advice from 90-year-olds, rude Facebook ads, and parents with amazing surveillance skills. You can also find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/momitude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we talk about. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.